What's up, gang? It's Chris Angel coming at you for another episode of Marketing for the Rest of Us. And tonight we're talking about following the directions. All right, well, for those of you who are like me that, open up IKEA furniture and start trying to put it together, or whatever it may be for you, that whatever it is inside of you that just has you not be able to follow directions. Maybe it's your free spirit, yes? Or maybe it is your rebellious nature to say, forget the establishment, you can't tell me what to do. All right, well, whatever. Or maybe for some of you, this could be really accurate too. For some of you, you might just be so busy in life that you're like, I can't slow down long enough to read the directions. Or maybe the directions are buried in a place that you don't want, you even know where it is, but it's a little bit buried and you don't want to have to go access it, so you don't. Okay. Well, that was my story today. I have been working with a graduate of the Groundswell Method Intensive. Her name is Kara Sorensen. Fantastic. Kara, you're awesome. And she is a, I don't know, what would you call this? She's definitely a nutritionist. She has a master's in nutrition, which is incredible. But she does a program for clients where she balances their metabolism. So I'm going through this process right now. And what's interesting is that I've been practicing for a week, and I was supposed to start today. Today was supposed to be my first day, and the first 2 days are kind of like a cleanse, right? Like you're supposed to take magnesium the night before, and that flushes you out in the morning, and then you kind of go through 2 days of eating soup and some stuff, and then on you go with your plan. So that's what I've noticed in the last week, because I've been practicing what I'm supposed to eat. It's super interesting it's like a whole new way for me to shop. It's a whole new way for me to eat food, but I'm down 4 pounds in a week. But that's not even the cool part. The best part is that my energy is up, and what I've been struggling with for like a year or maybe more, frankly, has been just energy and not getting my body moving. So my energy is up, and that feels amazing. So even in all the practicing, I haven't felt like my energy's been up, and it's been good. But I did not read the directions. By the way, this is a perfect example for marketing, right? Because some of you, well, let me say this. I didn't follow the instructions, and so I can't start today, and I'll explain that in a minute. But some of you in marketing are the same way. You'll go out and you'll go to a webinar, you'll do different stuff, you'll practice different marketing things, and you may get some results. But then you have these false starts. And because you're not following the actual model, you're not following the directions of it, you have to keep restarting, and you can't build momentum in your business and your marketing because you're not actually following the model. You kind of do a little bit of what you think it is, but then you veer off course. Just like, it's like this week in practice, I've been practicing and that's been good, and I'm down 4 pounds. That's a good result. But I've also veered off course, and it's, if I were to keep doing that and not follow the program, I'm not sure that I would be getting the results that I think are possible. And it's the same in your business and marketing. So here's what happened. You're supposed to take 20 grams of magnesium the night before when you go to bed. I read that a couple weeks ago when I had started working with Kara, and I was looking at my plan. I read it. It was there. I just forgot it. And so I was like, okay, I know I'm supposed to do some amount. And then Kara actually told me, because I asked, okay, well, how much am I supposed to do? And she's like, oh, we'll do 20 grams. And I didn't look at the instructions. And so what it was actually was 20 grams when you go to bed. But I did like 10 grams at 5, and I did another 10 grams at 7, and I went to bed at like 9. Right? Like, the directions matter, guys. The directions actually matter. Like, when we're coaches, we coach people to the directions because they matter. But I just kind of threw that out the window. Why? Because part of it was, I'm like, well, magnesium, and I don't know anything about magnesium. I'm like, well, magnesium should just stay in my body and do whatever it does. As if I know. Sometimes you guys pretend like you know what's supposed to happen in marketing. Like, well, what's the difference if I, do a 2-minute video versus a 20-minute video? You're like, it doesn't really matter. So I did the magnesium thing wrong. And then the other thing I did wrong was I was supposed to sign up for a series of emails, and because the emails keep you on track throughout your program, and you're supposed to sign up for the emails the night before. And I signed up for them this morning, and which means that the first email will come out tomorrow, and tomorrow was supposed to be day 2. So I'm like, all right, well, I messed up the magnesium thing and I messed up the email thing. And so now I have my chance to actually stop and do it right starting tonight. We're going to do it right starting tonight. I went back through all of the stuff in Kara's website tonight to just get all the directions and figure it out so that I can follow the directions. So here's the principle. The principle is you need to follow the directions in your marketing, in your business. Whenever there's a place that you want to grow, right, beyond where you are. So let's pretend like you've hit a ceiling of achievement in your cash flow. You've hit a ceiling of achievement in the growth of your business, and you want to grow now beyond where you're stuck. That always requires a new set of instructions, right? That requires a new model, a new direction, right? Otherwise you wouldn't be stuck. And so you're like, okay, I'm going to go look for so you find the model, you find the thing that you're going to do to produce a new result. And then maybe you skim it 2 weeks before you start, and then you start with a false start, like I've done. And if that is your entire existence, which for a lot of you it is, right? Like you just have the hardest time following the directions, then you're going to keep having all of these false starts until you finally submit. When will you submit? When will you submit to the instructions? For some of you, this is a massive life lesson for you, to submit. You're part of it's because somewhere in our life we were hurt. We experienced pain. Somebody offended us. Somebody hurt our feelings. Somebody took advantage of us somewhere. And we are unwilling to submit to anything that isn't our own creation, because our own creation is some metaphor or banner that says we are our own person and nobody tells me what to do. And so as much as you want to break out of your ceiling of achievement, your stubbornness won't let you, because you think that submitting to the instructions means you're giving up your power. And you're not. You're not. It's actually in submitting to it that you can find your power. Why? Because the model takes you into your own power. When I follow Kara's model, what's going to happen is I'm going to follow the directions as much as somebody else is telling me what to do. I'm going to follow the directions, and what I'm going to find is access to my own power through my energy. I'm going to take back my energy. I'm going to take back my rituals and my patterns in the way that I eat. I'm going to take back the way that I think about food and my body. And the way I get there is by submitting to the directions. Yes? I've spent a ton of my life, gang. I've spent a ton of my life being the rebel and being like, I don't need to follow anybody's directions. Directions and models are stupid, and I'm going to do my own thing. I've spent a ton of my life there, and thank God that life in its wisdom brings you to a spot where you're like, I can't do this alone. I need somebody's help, and I'm going to submit to the process. So, those of you out there tonight who are still in that stubborn phase of life where you're unwilling to submit to the process, what I'm saying to you is, at some point, if you want to be done with false starts and you're ready for what you're actually here to do, you have to follow the directions. Follow the directions. And in doing so, you will find your power. Okay? If you'd like some directions on marketing, like how do you actually start to do marketing in a way that can break you out of your ceiling of achievement, I have a 6-week program called the Groundswell Method Intensive. And it's designed to have you unlock your message for the world. And on the heels of that program, step into a second program where we actually then walk through how do we proactively and consistently grow your business, meaning your cash flow, because you're able to proactively bring new clients into the business. But in order to get to that program, you have to go through the first program, right? In order to get to the second set of directions for how to consistently grow your cash flow, you have to go through the first program, right? And in order to get to the first program, you have to go through the free course. The free course is called Marketing for the Rest of Us. The course, it's 5 videos, it's over 90 minutes, and that will give you a taste of whether the 6-week program is for you or not. And if it is, on the last page of the free course, you can apply for the 6-week program, okay? That's it tonight, gang. You can go to groundswellmethod.com to start the free course. On the last page, again, is the application for the 6-week program. And if that is you, I look forward to looking at your application. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight in this episode of Marketing for the Rest of Us. And until tomorrow when we go live again, see ya.